gravel. Ouch. Okay, so here's something interesting. I'm not gonna always remember this, but just in case I want to look back or you want to know, you gotta go to here. What it is let me just show you something. You're in the middle of the room, right? You might see a red door over here on this side, or even if you come from whatever side you're going to, you can go all the way around until you find this right here. What you want to do is you want to push the circle button. In here is a switch. This might look familiar to you. You might also have forgotten that there is a switch here, or where it's at. Well, that's how you find it. Okay? You just know that there's a red door. Even if you don't have the key for it, it doesn't really matter. And, you know, I just kind of, what I did was I kind of did it like a speed run sort of thing. Or, you know, just make sure you go from the back. That is something that we should all keep in mind, because lots of people have a tendency to forget it, even if they do remember it. And what it does is it opens up the way to the outside, and I'm going to show you that just a minute. I'll be right back. Now, this might look familiar. So I've always, you know, because I would go through here and I would forget which one does this over here. Well, it don't really matter which side you come from. But it's like, okay, the way to open that is that little switch right there, and it's behind that little area. And lots of people don't say it's behind there. They just go in there, they speed run it, they just find it, and it's like, oh, well, gee. And they go through it and they go, I forgot where it's at. And then, you know, especially when you have to start this all over. And for some reason, it didn't say it was a secret, but I think it is. In the last level, I should say, in the last episode, but the last level, I actually did not get all the enemies, which I don't know how I could have missed any. But it doesn't really matter. It's one thing about Doom. That I like so far. It doesn't really matter how many enemies you get, as long as you get through the level. And you can obviously go through here, which I really never thought about doing. And then, that's what I'm looking for. Well, you know, you can go through here. That's right. That's what I'm thinking about. Right. You can go through here without killing any enemies, which is kind of stupid, because it's not really stupid in the fact that if that's what you want to do. Don't get me wrong. I am being fair, and I don't give a crap whether you like that or not. You should have never watched this video if you didn't want to hear anything fair. Anyway. So, with that said, though, because see, this is Doom. You're not supposed to play it like that. I mean, that's just an option. But the thing of it is that it's very hard to do, and without trying to cheat your way through, you know, obviously doing God mode for some reason or another, because if you're not good at the game, or even if you are an excellent pro and you just want to use God mode because no one else does it, and not 100, you know, not infinite ammo, just God mode. You know. Just for the sake of, because no one else, I'm not saying there's not someone you can probably find on YouTube somewhere, no doubt, randomly, that's got God mode on. But lots of people just don't do it till they actually beat the game. And it's like, you know what, I'm just trying to be me, and I'm trying to make this as unique as possible to me, the player, who's actually recording this. You know, yeah, and you don't have to be a noob to actually use God mode. God mode does not make you a noob, no more than it makes you a professional any more or less. It just means that you're just using God mode. I mean, I'll be honest with you. Not that I haven't already been, but nobody that I've ever watched, that are top main tier, you might say. I didn't used to say it today, but anyway, did actually do these kind of games has ever used this. They have used things like, showing you this and that, but I mean like top main tier LPers. I'm just a playthrower. I don't let's play, I play through them. And this is just for the Halloween thing. Even if this wasn't for Halloween, I'd still put the God mode on because it's just unique to me. I'm not trying to make myself like a copycat or whatever, trying to cheat the game. It's not cheating the game. That's just me going through the game and trying to figure it out. And so far, the controls are a little wonky on this version of the way that they got this for this particular Android. And by the controls, I mean the other buttons on there work pretty good. It's the up and down, left and right sticks. They're just like when you try to do something, you can't hardly do anything. So that's another thing to note about this. And you might notice that I don't have any sound on because, God forbid, I get a copyright. You know what I mean? Because, I mean, they're going to do that. Eventually, they're just going to say, well, here's a copyright for you anyway, even if you don't have sound on. That's just stupid. It's really dumb that, even though it's game music, it's part of the game, they're not going to allow it. It's like with Duke Nukem, Time to Kill. You can upload the game, but you might as well not even bother. Because the thing of it is that the very first part of the game has a very seriously, heavily, and I mean heavily copyrighted music on it. And that's only on YouTube, literally. If you go to BitChute, you can run it and nobody would even care. It's like, and because it is more of in the generally supporting gamers and stuff like that, even if you're not paying into it, or even if they're not paying you, blah blah blah, they're more supportive towards the gamers. Unlike YouTube, YouTube does not support gamers. They don't like say, well, we'll let it slide because it's just a game, man. It's only part of the game. It's not like it's being played all the way through the game. It's just the beginning, And that's just that. And I should know because I have a buddy of mine, the Black King, who uploaded it on BitChute. And Castlevania, a lot of people have been hit by copyrights, and I know they have, but for Castlevania Symphony of the Night, a lot of people that I know of that I've seen mainly play this game, not mainly, but I have played this on the channel, didn't get a copyright for it. It's crazy. And then there's one dude, 48 Productions, and he's got copyrights. I did not know that. But yeah, he still can upload Final Fantasy VII videos, and it looks like he's not getting any copyrights, but he is. So I don't know. I don't know how well that's working out for him, but in the end, I have to say that I'm glad it does. I guess the Black King got in trouble for saying that, because he didn't respond back to the Black King or say anything to like, oh, well, because, you see, the thing is, we don't do live streams. We just don't. The fact that we would even tune in is a rarity for us. Even as good as our internet is, and we've always had, like, crappy internet all of our life. Even before they improved internet, and it's always been like kind of crappy for like mobile anyway. So in that regard, I mean, literally, you could probably get like a little bit more better if you just hooked up directly, and that's just like what, computer, not phones. Phones don't never hook up directly, ever, to a modem, ever, because they don't have like a little deal to them. And I'm talking about Androids. You couldn't do that with any other phone anyway. But anyhow, so with that said, in case you ever forget where to go just to open up that door, that is where it is. And that's why I was showing that off. I think I'm going to leave that here, and I will definitely catch you probably tomorrow, because we'll get back up to Phobos Lab. I'm going to make this a 4-parter. The first time I'm ever going to do that. So, Phobos Lab, even though we're not actually on Phobos Lab, it wouldn't, with Doom, it wouldn't take that long to go through an entire level unless you don't know where to go. Like, if you're just kind of going around, like, even if you forget what's where, and then you have to, like, search around, it might take you about 20 or 30 minutes. And then you could continue on, but that makes it a little bit longer of a video. And while there's nothing against that, I just don't care to do that. Anyway, this has been DbdKmp, the best of the house, and I will catch you, I don't know, tomorrow with the 4th part of this. And this will probably be the only times I ever do this for Doom. Maybe. I might continue to do that for other ones, but I mean, I really don't want to make this into like so many parts just to make just to do that, because I've had to come back, because as you know, I had to restart all over. Plus, I would have had to start all over anyway, because I was moving stuff onto a new phone. And the trouble with that, again, is that it never wants to function right to that you can actually bring the saved file over. It sucks, but that's just the way emulation runs. Even on PC, you cannot, I repeat, cannot do anything of the sort unless you have some kind of a way. Well, actually, you might get lucky, but not always. Once in a great while, you might get something where if you have a backup file, you can boot it up into the memory card, and it doesn't exactly, it's not always a guarantee, but you might. Just might, I don't know. And if you're lucky to get it all the time, well, good for you. I've never had that I've never ever had that in my entire life. Oh, I've never had that problem. I always get mine on here. Good for you. I mean, if you only knew the struggles of those who try to move stuff over, it doesn't move everything. It sucks. Just like Minecraft for the Android or whatever. They don't let you have worlds and stuff. I don't know how you're supposed to bring that over. But anyway, that is a thing. It's actually on the other phone, but if that phone should ever die, yeah, those worlds will be lost forever. Unless we can somehow save those worlds in a way that we could save it up to the server. There's some server out there somewhere, so we can bring it on here. Then we might be able to do that. But in the meantime, I'm going to continue on to do some other stuff. And if you couldn't tell, no, you didn't either, because I deleted that video. Never mind, I take that bit back. If you would have saw the video, it would have been an update video. Which reminds me, before I wrap this up, there was a Doom video that came out later than it was supposed to come out, which I did not plan it for that. I promise you, it was supposed to come out. I mean, it came out on the same day, but it just came out later than the time it was supposed to come out. I do not know why, but it did. And I promise you, it will never happen again. But even with that, there's nothing I can do. I can't go like back in time and just redo the whole thing and it's like, oh, well, this is it for that whatever video and whatever. Even if I recorded it the same or which is not really a guarantee, much less the level, because I want to get through this. So, what I'm going to do after a certain date, I may just go ahead and move these up for like Saturday, have that moved out coming up, and then like, I do a one video there, or a couple, and have 3 on Sunday. I don't know, until I can get back into the swing of getting more videos out there, and until I can get all of this uploaded. I don't know. Anyway, later.